live here on Revolt Radio YouTube since we were banned for a few months. We can't have the actual stream. We got a new partner. We're moving studios again to a better place. So the online stream will kick back on maybe next week. We just want to come here and get a live. We'll leave this radar on though and come here if there's severe weather because it looks like there's a chance of it developing over here in Kansas, some of it down here, eastern Sequoia County and up into Natural Dam all the way to Mountainburg, Chester. And we'll just kind of you can see all that stuff in Kansas trying to develop right there. And you can tell the radar is doing something because this is going north. It's not consistent with what you would normally see here with low pressure. They're making those go north by hitting a beam and they're going south. They should be both going south. I don't know. We got storms developing. I'll keep an eye and see. Guess we do have this on here, don't we? Yeah. Gives you an idea of the thunderheads around here and what's going on. But basically, there's a lot that we'd like to talk about here on this stream, but basically it's just going to be weather, I guess. Might try to get some audio in here. But if you're in eastern Oklahoma and western Arkansas and you want to help us by donating, or actually we don't take direct donations at the time, but checking out the sponsors on our website, or but if you want to directly donate, we might have to get this equipment going to get back on the FM. Does the Talmud really say this? Are you even saying that, Jew boy? That's the Talmud, which is clearly not a part of the Torah or the Bible. So you're either going to lie or you're going to lie. Anyway, why is really fake names? Why all have fake names? All right, Jimmy Dore live. Oh man, brother Fluff trending again. How about we go over some things that happened here. Trump's urgent address. I don't care. He's got fucking Jews, man. I don't know if I want to leave this stream going. But if we do get severe weather, maybe we'll kick back on. Let's see what the weather service says. Whoa, here it goes again. Not letting me type. See what the weather service says here. So today's Wednesday. 15:30 this afternoon, and low to medium. So like it's right when the pressure changes tonight. Luckily, gust of wind, cloud on lightning, brief heavy downpours. So heavy rain. We'll start covering that now. We got another computer here. Clearly, it's developing into some heavy rain now up there in Kansas. We're not really sure what direction this stuff's moving by us. But Thursday, they're calling for a quarter-size hail and up to 65-mile-an-hour winds possible tomorrow afternoon and evening. So pop-up storms probably, and then into another low pressure system. So it could be some heavy rainfall Thursday, probably not. So I don't think it's going to do that. Yeah, see, it's decreasing by Saturday. So one more usually warm day. Unseasonably warm day with isolated wet scattered afternoon storm chances. Gets hot, then cools off real fast. Especially across Northwest Arkansas, weather turns more unsettled throughout the week. Let's look. There's that, what we're watching. The game day is coming up for people going to Division II football. And here we cover Division II football information on the air and try to give live scores. Gonna work on getting that back where we can, because we'll be here at the UCO Edmond games and may not be able to do it. We'll have to get some kind of AI or somebody to do it. But anyway, this is what they got here for the center and western parts of the state here. A little higher severe risk here for Wednesday. Tornado risk a little, I don't know, maybe that's the same thing, very low. 60-mile-an-hour winds possible. Well, let's see, Thursday, same thing, around 49. The heaviest rainfall is clearly going to be around the Woodward area, the Canadian, Buffalo, just certain parts probably. Let's see. It should be on there. I don't see Edmond, so we'll say Oklahoma City on Saturday. Highest chances are in the evening. Great chances of rain will be Thursday and Friday morning. A low to medium chance, greater than 1 inch rainfall by the end of the weekend. So Saturday should be good. Here we might just turn this into a report here, but we'll do our ChatGPT sport report here in just a second. Since YouTube. Look like oh man, that was too descriptive. Hopefully they get what I mean. So, okay, here we go. Current Division II football, week 3-ish, right? Mid-September. Focus on Oklahoma surrounding region schools, especially UCO here, Harding, etc. since it's 3:30, but we're going to try to do it in around 1 or 2. Let's see if we can. Okay. So national top 25 snapshot. Harding University selling strong, still ranked at 2. Well, the AFCA coach poll and D2football.com poll. Fair State remained at number 1. There's been a lot of shakeups. Several teams in the top 25 have lost, causing movement. The UT Permian Basin is ranked inside the 15 to 12 varies by poll. I think they're just above us here in the 7. I think that's. Let me clarify here. Can we get another one? Okay, 7, 8, 15. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Yep. All right. So here we go. Here are the updates for local region schools, Oklahoma in the region here. UCO, Harding, etc. We got a lot of top 10, Division II, or whatever, top 25 Division II football teams that are just an hour or so away from the studio here, from Eastern Oklahoma and Western Arkansas, or they are here in Western Arkansas, Eastern Oklahoma. So let's see. Central Oklahoma, they chose up to number 8 in the D2football.com media poll, up from 12. The AFCA has them at 15, which is fair in my opinion because they should have won against Permian Basin. But they're going to have to win better than they did last weekend, which was a nail biter, 3-point game. They opened with a loss 34-13 at UT Basin. UT Permian Basin, which is ranked in the top 10 to 15, depending, then one close one, 27-24 over Pittsburgh State, also ranked. So Pittsburgh State normally pretty good. It's going to be a hard one. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. Thanks to watching. Here's the UCO's 1-0 in MIA Conference. 1-0 in MIAA Conference play now, having picked up that win versus Pitt State. Still building momentum, and they won last year in the MIAA Championship. Their offense versus tougher teams, because performance in conference games will matter. Harding, still number 2, is noted. Opened with a big win, 49-7 over Northwestern Oklahoma State. That game featured a dominant rushing performance, 484 yards. Harding's ground game is again expected to be a major strength. Their defense also appears solid if they stay healthy. They're strong early favorites to stay in the title contention. Not all are top 25, but some are moving up. UT Permian Basin, as above, being an important one. Also, other schools in the region are more bubbling, getting votes or just outside top 25. Hard to nail down all of them, but without exhaustive review, let's see. I have to keep going. For radio listeners, keep out uniforms, home games. Keep an eye on their new uniforms, new stadium upgrades, and their home games, key upcoming conference matchups. Schools like Permian Basin are making noise. Regimes at UCO and Harding seem stable, which helps. So, even though they had a rough start, UCO's rising. They bounced back. UCO's rise. They had a rough start this year. After doing great last year, they bounced back in conference and in the polls. They're our story team right now in Oklahoma D2. Harding maintaining. They're doing what was expected, dominating early, especially through their ground game. Voters like consistent performance. Top 5 validity with upsets, losses, etc. Top of the rankings more fluid than earlier in the season. Than many predicted. Great material to talk about. Which teams dropped, which rose, why. Matchups ahead. UCO is going to be hosting Washburn. Harding continuing in the GAC matchups. These games will likely determine regional power rankings and playoff seeding. So I'll do the Oklahoma D2's schedule. Give me a second. I already had this pulled up. Gotta find it again. Here are a bunch of. Oh, shit. Okay. Oklahoma knocks on to 2-10 this week. There we go. This week's matchup right here, we got Southeastern Oklahoma State versus Southwestern Oklahoma State. There's a lot of in-state rivalries going on. It's going to be at Durant at 6 p.m. That'll be a good one to watch. If it's at Durant, it'll be for free on YouTube. Southeastern's YouTube, they don't have a conference network trying to make $15 a game per person. They just run advertising instead. Oklahoma Baptist is playing Northwestern Oklahoma State in Shawnee at 7 p.m. East Central is playing Southern Nazarene, 8 Oklahoma. At college, so say. So yeah, Southern Nazarene is like around the Oklahoma City metro. They'll be going down there. Southern Nazarenes played UCO in their spring game. Let's get the Arkansas teams that didn't pull it up. Okay, Arkansas, Harding, Warsaw Baptist, Henderson State. So we got Harding's playing Southern Arkansas at Magnolia at 6 p.m. September 27th, they will play Washita and Searcy, October 18th, Henderson State. November 1st, Oklahoma Baptist and Arkansas Tech, November 15th. So Washita is off this week. The next game is at Harding, 27th. Big games coming October 4th, Homewood versus Oklahoma Baptist homecoming, Battle of the Ravine versus Henderson State. Henderson State is November 15th, and then you got the Henderson States playing Arkansas Monticello at 6 p.m. And then Arkansas Baptist College D2 football playing Nelson, Texas, Little Rock, Arkansas. And no one talks about it, but we're going to give you the information on Division II and possibly the few Division III teams that we have. There's great football going on, big stadium upgrades, and they're selling out. It's way more affordable. We're here to help you during this economy time to find fun things to do. Also, it's not all serious. We can't talk about all the news and things. You got to tune in. We'll get the live stream back going on the website as we're moving computers and trying to get more things on there. No, that's it. So, all right, weather. Since we're doing a live weather, can't really do the news here on YouTube. It's getting canceled. So, yeah, we'll mute that part here for the YouTube, I guess, or just try to wing it. But now we got to update here. Let's see if we can do this. We got Crawford County, Northwestern Crawford, Northeastern Sequoia right there, and the Adair. Northeast, wait a minute, Southeastern Adair. On top of Natural Dam, but it's nearly stationary. Yep, I didn't think it was moving. So here we get to see a stationary storm. We'll get to watch for rotation. So that means these people are just going to get hit by this, and it's not going to move for a while. And this is kind of spinning over here around brush. So stay Stationary thunderstorm here. Let's see, we got those. Yep, this viewing area here. It's going to be the coverage area. It's not now. We get this new setup. Check out 8 Pro. It's on the website. We're going to try to update the website with more stuff, but we're mainly just constantly updating the radio feed and the live broadcast on the playlist thing here. But yeah, that's going to be for the weather or for emergency broadcast, rebroadcast. So I don't know. We wanted to do something here on YouTube. We could just boom, put the YouTube on the website. But who cares? Live weather coverage outside the main broadcast here. No tornado warnings. We'll go on the interrupt during tornadic or very damaging. That should be a tornado warning, or it could be. We will come in on the radio, but if not, just tune in right here. Natural dam. This the whole area of storms here, nearly stationary here, folks. What report says, you can clearly see that it hasn't moved. You see the time. And it just popped up right here, so so it just spins like that, I guess. Hang on. And I guess that's what happens. I don't know how. Excuse me. Oh shit, mute button. Not real sure. Not how to. Oh, let's just see here. I'll just get a refresher here on stationary thunderstorms. They're fascinating and dangerous. Setup meteorology. Let's break it down, folks. How stationary thunderstorms form. Normally, thunderstorms move along with steering wind, mid and upper atmosphere. Storms can appear stationary, or nearly so. When weak steering winds are aloft, light storms are not much push. Consider one spot. Outflow versus inflow balance. Sometimes the storm's downdraft or outflow boundary collides with warm, moist inflow in just the right way to keep generating new updrafts in the same place. Could be this. This is called training or back building, and storms keep forming on the same side. Blocked by boundaries. Outflow boundaries, fronts, or terrain features like hills can cause storms to anchor over one area, which happens when we're here in the hills. Deep in the old cooks in the hills. All right, let's go. Block boundaries. Let's see. Why stationary severe storms matter? They can dump extreme rainfalls as all the precipitation falls over the same spot. Flash flooding. They maintain strong hail cores and damaging wind bursts. So, can they produce tornadoes? Yes, but it depends on the storm structure here, folks. If the storm is a supercell, has a rotating mesocyclone, it doesn't need to move to produce a tornado. Rotation near the ground depends more on wind shear, wind changing direction, speed with height, than storm motion. Stationary supercells occur along stationary boundaries with surface winds. Turn more easterly against strong southwesterly winds aloft, tornado-friendly environment. Impacts on historic long-track tornadoes came from storms that move unusually slowly or stayed anchored near a boundary. On the other hand, many stationary storms that lack organized rotation won't produce tornadoes, but still cause flooding or hail damage. So stationary tornadoes are close. Yes, there have been cases where tornadoes appear nearly stationary or move extremely slowly. These situations are rare but extremely dangerous because the tornado can set over the same area for minutes instead of seconds, causing catastrophic damage. So we got some examples here in Hallam, Nebraska in 2004. One of the widest tornadoes on record is like 2.5 miles wide and moves slowly, around 35 miles an hour on average, but portions of the damaged path show nearly stationary vortex behavior temporarily. The thing was stopping. So El Reno in 2013, May 31st, that extreme large one that was 2.6 mile wide. Parts of the circulation had near zero forward motion at times, making it deadly. Joplin, Mizzou in 11. The EF5 with forward speed averaging 30 miles per hour maybe, but some vortices within the main tornado moved much slower. Tri-state tornado in March 18, 1925. Moved very fast overall, 60 miles an hour. Some part of the path had slow-moving vortices. Rectangle tornado train dynamics create 6 during feeling damage. So yeah, they can get really slow in these type of storms, and they can appear even kind of stationary for bits of time, maybe stopping and going back. So basically, a longer time in the tornado, you're going to get ripped up. It's one thing to have it come through and it not be very thick and huge, but these bigger ones. So yeah, I don't know if that would happen, but I just thought I would do that. A refresher here. How a tornado can appear stationary. Tornado motion is largely tied to parent storm motion. If the parent supercell stalls to the weak steering winds or anchoring along a boundary, tornadoes can slow dramatically. And they may cycle in place when one vortex dissipates and a new one forms nearby, giving the impression of stationary tornado. We see that a lot. But truly, stationary tornadoes are extremely rare, and they're really slow moving or looping tornadoes are more common, especially for making supercells. This is what we're looking for. So I don't know if that'll happen. I guess they removed the warning there. It wasn't very long. Oh, hold on. Probably do that one next. Because it's the hell core. We're getting the hill right over there at Brushy. It's right where the homie lives. Stony Point. I don't know. Got some more over here. The warning's gone, so we'll be back. But here, stay tuned. Maybe we can play the weather service audio or something down Tulsa. But I don't know. We'll see what it does. Any emergency updates? The Charlie Kirk thing's wild, bro. Wish we could get this shit going. We're getting upgrades, though. They finally said no, and we're finally having this conversation. Oklahoma's radio station for truth. This is just your sports and weather. We think won't get censored here at 4 o'clock. Started in early here. We'll do the D2 sports again, and then we'll start back in. I may do it. I may just go live at like noon and 4 or whatnot, right before they would do the regular news. Get our own time. You know what I'm saying? So they're not distracted by the regular news. It's not on. It's bullshit, and they'll watch this instead. So anyway, a lot of pop-up storms, but they're not really moving very much direction-wise. So we either got a boundary there, the radar sites are hitting it to stay there, or it's just, the winds, the upflow, whatever's going on. The Cookson Hills here. There's actually like a basin. Like Southall's in, the hills all kind of surround it. So you could see something like that over here. I know there's a mountain there by Cedarville, Dampier and Cedarville, Mountainburg. So yeah, Revolt Radio 90.1. We got the truth right here. Check the website. We're going to start updating more information as we get on how to beat these cases. I'm in one here with a driver's license thing myself. We'll give updates. We might give a little information on what I'm doing. They just put me at trial. They're stalling. If you don't want to do this, I'm going to give you a prize. Advice as a legal attorney. You get kind of threatened because you think, oh, shoot, they're going to, what if they arrest me? What if this is all crock? The devil tries to get you right when you're there, but the Bible says once you get in front of the magistrate, the God will tell you what to do in that hour, and you need to listen to him. So I believe that verse was in, you got the Luke 12 stuff about the Lord, woe to you lawyers, but you got the start about being the devil's will imprison you and take you to his magistrates, and God will tell you what to say in that hour. So, God's law, the common law, we're in here, every country invoking common law, and they can't get around it. They run off the bench, they try to imprison us, but we end up getting out. I'm having a little trouble because this guy's being a stickler. Federal District Court said it's sovereign citizen regular. You can't do a case here, and nothing's been rebutted. You can't, nothing about a sovereign citizen. So, yeah, we'll keep the radar right here. I think I might zoom in there on Marble City Brushy. It's getting bigger. That one might be severe, but I wouldn't see why this one's still not severe over here. because of the size. We'll be right back. Revolt Radio 90.1. Eastern Oklahoma's source for truth. Hang on. Revolt Radio 90.1, a beacon for life-saving truth. We'll be right back. Well, real quick, the hell core, you see that jump up, but now we'll be right back. That one, if it increases, that one will probably be severe. If you got storm reports from Brushy, Stony Point to Greasy, right there on the highway, let us know. I think the next one we got to do is go to Cherry Trees, a little farther down top. Do you have a made in America, organic, home-built brand of products that they may be in stores, sometimes in stores, or you're just out here at farmers markets, etc. Maybe you sell on a website, and it's organic food, natural health, anything that counteracts the poisons here that they give us, or that builds a healthy diet, a healthy lifestyle, survival gear, weaponry, everything we'll need, because they're trying everything they can, from Civil War to Purge to whatever. It's not working. Unity is working. But, anything to help this off-grid, non-dependent society, we're looking for people to sponsor it or whatever, just to put on our website. We take donations, and we'll shout out your business on our website and on the air in regular rotation if you guys would like. That would be great. We're going to try to figure out how to fit that in. We need help getting this expanding, getting a studio fully put together and this transmitter coming in so we can put it on the air and get it on the car, so everybody in the car, when they're flipping through, they'll have to skip past the station and hear this crap, and they'll know that it's just people are really singing. So, if that's you, and you want to help this project out, and you think that we the people of the resistance, you want to fund resistance organizations and be a part of the resistance, well, you can do that. And you can do that right here. REVOLT Radio. Right now, you can hit us up on the messaging of Facebook at the moment until we get an email, and then we'll hit you back and we'll get on the website. If you do affiliate marketing, you got organic brands, and you want to get your storable food or whatever it is, survival gear out, we would love to have it on the website here. And so this is your local news and weather report. We're going to get back to it. Watching these storms develop here. This is REVOLT Radio. We'll be back in a minute. Storms are developing. That's all we can talk about here. And maybe a little bit of the sports scene. And maybe we'll start doing the news and then stop it. But we got to be very careful because they've banned it for 3 months from streaming, like the second or third time. So we're tiptoeing and just going to do audio only with the actual streaming surf on the website. I just seen that going for a second. We're relocating. And we're going live. I'm going to set this up for real. Alright, so I'll be right back. I'm going to use the restroom. If this develops into a severe thing, we'll come back in with some more information on it. Since this is near us.